Hey friends, it's Neil here from Post to Post. We've got some Boston Bruins news. Now listen, it's been a tough year for the Boston Bruins. They are not in the place in the standings that they thought that they would be, or maybe anyone else, because I think the year before, predicted that they would fall quite a bit, and they didn't. So we had some expectations this year that they can continue that trend, even though they weren't the same team that they were 3-4 years ago. But it's not been a good year for Boston. However, we do have some interesting news. We got a leak of the Boston Bruins jersey for potentially next year, potentially their new home jersey, and it came from CBC, a media agency here in Canada. We just spoke about them in the last video, actually, talking about tariffs and made in Canada jerseys and prices going up. If you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out, because the leak actually came from the video from that article. I didn't mention it in that video because I wanted to make a standalone video right here, but I got some pictures for you. Let's take a look. Let's give our thoughts. And let's see why this is a leak and why it's not maybe a different jersey that you might recognize. Let's bring up the first image. And this is a screenshot from the video itself from CBC, where they were at the actual facility, SP Apparel Inc. in Saint-Hyacinthe in Quebec. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but they are the company with 250 employees that make all the Made in Canada jerseys for the NHL, all the game-worn jerseys by hand. Really talented group of people here, 250 people. They've been making jerseys for the NHL since 1975. So the tariffs hit. There's possibilities that this business, not this specific business, but the business of making Made in Canada jerseys, or maybe future Made in America jerseys for the NHL, making jerseys for the NHL, is moved to America from Canada because of the tariffs. So that's a Fanatics decision. That's not an NHL decision. That's not a this company in Quebec's decision. This is a Fanatics decision. We don't know what the future is going to be, but CBC was doing an article on it, and they were doing interviews and behind-the-scenes B-roll, and some of the B-roll. Well, if you're CBC and you're doing an article on jerseys and you don't know anything about jerseys, then you wouldn't know that you accidentally are filming a jersey that isn't even released yet. It's not announced yet. So here it is, and you might look at this and think, well, isn't that just the Boston Bruins Centennial 100 jersey that was just released, not too long ago? It looks pretty close, but there's a telltale sign here, and there's two telltale signs that I noticed right away. At the bottom of the jersey, it goes yellow, black, white, black, yellow. If you look at the bottom yellow stripe, it's a lot thinner than it was on the Centennial. The other thing is that the arms are completely different. The striping is different. The striping is much more like they use now on their home jersey, and not so much like they use on the Centennial. So I'll bring up a photo of that so you can see side-by-side comparison, so you can see the arms, so you can see the bottom of the jersey. Logo remains the same from what I can tell. No patch on the front, and you can just barely peek a bit of a shoulder patch here, and I don't think the Centennial one had a shoulder patch, so that's another thing. That's a third thing. I actually just noticed that in this photo, but I have another one that I want to show you, because that actually shows the shoulder patch off to the right. This is another angle or clip that they got of the same jersey, but it's the old Bruins one. It's that old Bruins logo that of the bear. We like that. I think that it made an appearance on the the Winter Classic around 2015 against Montreal, I think in the Reebok years. I believe that's a logo that they used. But yeah, we're familiar with that. So that looks like it's going to be on the shoulder, at least one shoulder. We can't really see the other shoulder in that other photo. So maybe one, maybe both shoulders. There's a lot of the logo over there, so I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell. So I suspect it's only one, but we could have two. Now, Chris, who has submitted concepts before to the channel, has actually done some mock-ups of these. He hasn't sent them my way, but I did see on his Twitter, so hopefully he doesn't mind me showing them. I'll put his tweet out there. You can definitely go give him a follow. Really good designer in the community, and really good guy as well. And here's his first concept here. This is basically, assuming that it has the shoulder patch on both arms, and this is what it should look like. This is definitely a change from the current Boston Bruins home jersey. The shoulders are completely different, and it's more like 70s Happy Gilmore style, I guess, kind of jersey. I really like it. I think it's actually a move in a positive direction. It's very simple. It's very original six, very traditional, but I think it's gonna look very good. And then here's a white version of that, inspired by the dark version of possibly what it could look like. I think this is the biggest improvement of the two jerseys. If they're going to make this change for home and away, I think this away one is definitely better than their current away jersey. I really like this. It's very clean. It's got good striping and good layout. So we haven't seen the white version, obviously, like I said, but this is a really good concept from Chris of a potential direction that they could go, and likely a very, very close, if not almost perfect rendition of what it will be. So that's the images that I have for you. I'll throw the first one maybe that we looked at back up on the screen and get your thoughts down below. If you've got a couple minutes, please let me know those thoughts down below in the comment section. But yeah, very curious to hear from you. Do you think this is a positive change? Are you a big fan of the Boston home and away and you think that they should remain and this is really a mistake? But yeah, very curious to know what you think. I think this is a good change. It's not one that's, blowing my socks off or anything like that, but I think it is a good change. So I like this leak. Thank you, CBC. And more leaks to come. We definitely have some other jerseys to talk about in the future. So if you like this style of content and these conversations about jerseys and hockey and the NHL and you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, and we'll talk to you in the future. Absolutely. I got a lot to talk about this week, so we'll be talking to you soon. Hope you're having a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Adios.